Good morning. It is December 4th, 2024, and this is breaking news. This is CNN, and it was made known this morning that the CEO of United Healthcare was fatally gunned down in Midtown Manhattan as he approached a Hilton hotel this morning about 6:54 a.m. This is an ongoing investigation, and we'll go to the tape. This is from CNN, and then I'll come back with my commentary, my condolences to his family and his friends, but also to all the employees who work and his colleagues and peers that work for United Healthcare. So let's go to the tape.
Right there, the CEO of United Healthcare, he was shot outside the Hilton Hotel. Let's get right to CNN's Bryn Gingras with the latest on this. I know the details are just coming in, Bryn, so what are you learning?
Yeah, that's right, John. Of course, this is still unfolding. Investigators there on the scene. But as you just described there, they believe right now this was a targeted attack. Now, let's back up to just a few hours ago this morning in Midtown Manhattan. And for reference, for people who aren't familiar, of course, with New York City, this is really not far from where the tree lighting is expected to occur tonight, in the heart of the theater district in Midtown Manhattan. We're told that Thompson was headed to a conference for United Healthcare that was expected to happen in the ballroom of that hotel, of the Hilton there in Midtown, when there was a gunman who fired shots about 20 feet away from him as he was approaching that hotel. Again, it appears it was a targeted attack. That gunman then, according to sources telling our John Miller, fled through a back alley near a theater, again in the heart of New York City in the theater district, hopped on a bicycle, and that is how that suspect got away. So you can imagine right now, investigators are there on the scene. They're combing that area. They're pulling video of a very popular area of New York City. Lots of cameras to pull from to figure out exactly what happened here, where that person fled to. What we understand, though, is that that suspect was actually outside that hotel for quite a bit before Thompson actually approached that hotel. So that is why at this point right now in the investigation, investigators believe this was a targeted attack. Again, a lot of questions here, exactly why Thompson was targeted, who obviously this person is. Was there any help? Again, as I said, we're told through sources that he fled on a bicycle through a back alley. So it doesn't appear like there was anybody else yet involved, but still so many questions. And we know investigators combing the scene of that area as we speak.
So guys, yeah, the CEO of where a person fled through a back alley and got on a bicycle. So they were obviously, according to reports, have been waiting outside, I guess, for this gentleman to come out. According to reports, he was there in New York City, heading to the Hilton Hotel, to the ballroom for a conference that United Healthcare was having today. And this is just such an unfortunate situation that has happened. Someone's life has been taken senselessly. We don't know all the details behind it, and we don't know all the ramifications behind it. We don't know who the person was. So just with that being said, if I were a CEO of another healthcare company, I would just kind of lay low for a while until they find out who the suspect is and find out what the motive is for this particular situation. Someone waited in the, dark on the side of a building, waiting for this person to approach, and to be able to identify that person. So obviously people saw, it's New York, it's a busy area, the theater district. People must have saw that person standing outside, maybe employees coming, leaving, and they waited and targeted him. So not to, send up any hysteria or anything, but if I were a CEO of any healthcare company right this second, I would just kind of lay low until they find out who the suspect is, what the motives are, because, you never know. And this plays back into mental health and mental wellness. You don't know who this person is, whether they're mentally stable or not. Or was this a disgruntled employee? Was this a disgruntled peer? Who knows? Was this, and myself being a nurse, I know that sometimes, was it a disgruntled family member who may have been who had benefits with United Healthcare, and maybe an appeal came through, or something needed to be approved and it was declined. And, that person then goes and, seeks out, some sort of type of revenge. These are hypothetical things that I'm playing, in my mind. Or was this a personal situation with somebody that they knew well? So it's going to be one of those three scenarios that I'm thinking: something personal in a sense that he knew the person, or disgruntled employee, colleague, or a member who had benefits and maybe something was denied. I mean, it does happen and people do get furious, and I'm just speculating at this point. But again, I hate to speculate, but you got to think like that in this day and age. And like I said, if I were a CEO of any of the companies, Cigna, Aetna, any of the Blues, I would just kind of lay low until they figure out who, why, when, what this situation was all about, because we don't know what's going through people's minds these days. You know what I mean? We just don't know. There's a list of, people that this person wanted to target that are CEOs. We don't know. So like I said, this is just speculation. The CEO of United Healthcare, life has been taken. It looks like it was a hit, a purposeful, obviously it was purposeful, but somebody was waiting in the doldrums looking to take this man's life. So I'll be placing this video on all of the platforms for the nurses, the doctors, my fellow healthcare workers to be able to read and see. Again, my condolences to this man's family, his friends, all of the co-workers, nurses, doctors, everybody at United Healthcare. Our condolences go out to, everyone today. This is a shock. It's, the end of a year, a young man, a CEO, and it's really very, very sad and very frightening that someone would do this almost in broad daylight. But I'm hoping that they find whoever did this. There's plenty of cameras, but he got on a bicycle, which lets me believe that this was planned out, because, jumping in a car in New York at rush hour in the morning, you're going to get caught. But he got on a bicycle and went through like a back alley in the theater district. So this was planned. Like, he literally planned this and had to know where this man was going to be at. And that's why it leads into other things, not only mental health, but, getting on the internet. But, that conference was probably known to everybody within the organization. We have to move differently these days, CEOs as well. They have to move differently. But anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think about this story, and I'll keep you updated as to any news information that comes out. It's really a fresh story. It's breaking news, and they're still developing hour by hour, minute by minute. They're going to catch this person, hopefully alive, to get all of the details, but they're going to catch him, and this story will unfold. But let me know what you think about this story. This is really horrible, sickening that somebody would just plot and scheme, but we live in an era where people are plotters and schemers, and they think that you don't know. And that's why you have to be prayed up. And I'm not saying that he wasn't, but I'm saying you have to be aware. People don't like you, stay away from them. If you have an inkling that they don't, stay away from them. You have to pray and put on the whole armor of God, because, this is just awful. Awful, awful, awful. Let me know what you think about this story, and I will continue to upload any new updates regarding this story as soon as it becomes available. All right, y'all. Peace.